Here
Hello
we are.
there.
Hello there.
You thought it was going to be Paul today. It's us. My name is Roger Garza Sr., and my beautiful wife Faye is with us. And we are covering for Paul today because he had to leave out of town. So here we are today doing Spirit Quest. Okay? Just so we have that right. Anything you
Um,
want to add, dear?
yes, Spirit Quest, and it's we are broadcasting live on the United Public Radio Network and UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 and 107.7 FM in New Orleans.
Dun, 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 dun.
There you go. So, thank you everyone for already popping in. This is awesome. Hi, Jojo. Hi, Mary. Hi, Julia. Good to see
Where,
you.
but where is this starting at, honey? I mean, is
What now?
starting from Julie Evans, Julia,
Yes, starting from
and then
Julia.
JoJo, and then Mary Erickson, and
Yes,
hello, Facebook user, but please come over to YouTube
right,
because there's no picture and it just says hello. We don't know
right.
who you are.
And so let me see if I can get the YouTube link and I will put it in the Facebook.
Shani, hello, good to see you. Julia or Jules? Okay, I like Jules better. Boy, that I'm telling
Okay.
my wife that man, that escalator took a good chunk out of me. Right here, out of my hair when I was tumbling on an escalator. I don't advise doing that. It's not a fun ride, trust me. I took a tumble on an escalator thinking it was a ride, like a carnival ride, and no, 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 no.
So here I'm going to type in the YouTube link so that you can just tap into it.
Right.
Hopefully,
We want JoJo here. We want the Facebook user over here. And we also want to continue saying hello to Linford. Thank you, Lynn, for being here. And we also want to say hello to where are my names at?
okay, I just gave that and it showed up on every
Aline
uh,
Backman. Hello.
hello,
Sue
Aline.
Vinicum.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I know, Shani. It did hurt. And truthfully speaking, I'm not afraid to say it. I really thought I was gonna die because it kept banging my head and pulling my hair out. Just it was ugly. Casey Eaton, you're still on Facebook for some odd reason, but good to have you here, dear.
Okay, so the reason we really encourage you to come over to YouTube is that you can avoid being pestered by any hackers that show up, that they like to show up on Facebook. So it's a little less likely you'll get it over here on YouTube, although that does happen. But um, anyway, we just highly encourage you to check on the link, hit the link for the YouTube, and come on over to Paul's YouTube channel. So that's what that's all about.
We have somebody on Facebook that says good morning from NZ, and I'm taking that is New Zealand.
New Zealand, I'm pretty sure. Yes.
If you could get on the link to come over to YouTube, there's a link up there that says Paul Francis Medium, and it's got the link. Hit that up, and by
Okay.
golly, it should bring you here.
So Kay, I think if you hit a bell on Paul's, you can hit a spot where it says comments. So you can comment on the YouTube channel for Paul. Anyway, I'm not
Well, she
there,
says she's on YouTube now.
but she's watching, but oh
That
well.
picture is very dark. I can't see her.
Okay, I see. There you go.
Jojo Wall says, "How are you guys doing? We are doing excellent. As you all know, you would expect to have Paul Francis here, but he asked us if we could please cover for his show because he had to go out of town for some heavy business. So we're here for him. We always said we would be,
Yeah, as he would be for us
right?
if we needed him. Absolutely.
But anyway, it's good to see everybody here so far. We have a couple things we want to talk about. Hello, Mark.
Hi, Mark. How are ya?
We want to say a big shout out to the people in the beautiful town of New Orleans that are listening to our voice. I don't know if you can watch us, but if you do, please pull over. Don't watch, in your car. We'd rather have you pull over to a park or something and just enjoy the show.
Mm-hmm.
That is good news. Everybody, thank you for your prayers from yesterday. Our show that we had on, we asked you to pray for Drew's mom. She got discharged today from the hospital. She was in the
That's
ICU
fantastic.
unit.
That's fantastic. Good
Yep, that's
news.
beautiful.
Yes, we should continue. Aline asks, any news on how Johanna's doing? As far as we know, she's at home recuperating, and absolutely keep praying for her. Absolutely.
Yep. Trudy Hall, how are you, dear? Good to see you. Marie Taylor, good to see you again. Christine Marie, good to see you.
Hello, everyone. Kay is asking if you are doing readings today. Are you doing readings today, honey?
Well, by golly, I'll tell you, I really don't know there, but maybe I just might, you never know.
Okay, who was that? We don't know.
That was Oli,
Okay.
and I have Lena with me today. Es, by golly, it's the Oli and Lena show today. Becky King. Why does that name, something about the name? Dorada Medium. You need to find another location, dear, because nobody's going to get back to you. This is our show. We're covering this show for Paul Francis. So please be kind to leave. Don't try to take any of Paul's people.
Well, that's not going to be possible anyway, so.
Well, I don't like that they do that. That's intrusion.
Mm-hmm.
Leanne Higgins from New Zealand. Good to have you on, dear. Thank you for being here. Everybody, thank you for being here.
Okay, so here is a hi, Richard. And here we have a Facebook user. Hello there. We don't have your name, so that's why we encourage you to come on over to Paul's YouTube channel, which is if you go YouTube, Paul Francis Medium, and go to the live show, we will be able to see your name and we will hopefully be able to see your face. And then if there is something that comes through for you, it will be most beneficial to you to have your face on there. We don't know who you are, but hello there.
Trudy Hall, let me tell you what Trudy Hall says. She said she had to call out the vet because one of the horses wasn't feeling so good. And you know what, Trudy? I bought a horse one time when I was down in Mexico. I bought a horse, and the horse that I bought, the guy kept saying, he no looking too good. And I said, what do you mean? Look at all the muscles on him and everything. He looks great. He goes, no, he no looking too good. So I said, well, I'm going to take him anyway. So I bought the horse, put him in a race, and he just stood there. And I went up to him, like telling the guy, get him going, and nothing. So we went up to the horse and we're trying to figure out, well, what the heck, why is this horse just standing there? And some odd reason I ended up moving my hand in front of his face, his snout, and the horse never moved. And I said, man, I figured it out. I said, this horse is blind. So I went back to the guy that sold it to me. I said, hey, you sold me a blind horse. He goes, Senor, I tried to tell you, the horse no looking too good.
Oh boy. But Trudy, we hope, Trudy, that your horse does feel better after going to see the vet. I know that it's heartbreaking when your pets aren't feeling good. And
hello, Ronnie Huff.
My heart goes out to you.
Okay, Arl Taylor, please let me know where you're texting from, okay? And we want to say hi to our dear friend Anne Marie Bethencourt. Good to see you here. And
Okay, and
Facebook user that says hi Faye and Roger, there's no D in my name. Please come over to YouTube, okay? The link is there so you can come over to YouTube. Anne Marie Reyes, hello, good to see you. You want to say hi to anybody, hon? See, Shawnee liked my horse joke.
okay. Well,
I was just
you,
horsing around though.
you were. So if you
See,
could go with,
Richard liked it.
so if you could go to YouTube, Paul Francis Medium, that's the channel, and then that would be the Facebook user. I don't know which one you're coming in on. So go, Google, YouTube, Paul Francis Medium, and go to the
Right.
live show, and then we'll be able to see who you are. That would be great.
Okay, Arrow Taylor is from Newkirk, Oklahoma. I've been through Oklahoma I don't know how many times. Coming back and forth from Texas to Minnesota. I always go like Highway 75. Emma, hello Emma, good to see you. Josie Morales, hello, good to see you. Facebook user, get out the. I see you say hello, but get over here with us on YouTube. Tina Catu, hello, good to see you. Who are we missing? Anne Marie Reyes, did I say hello? Good to see you.
And she shared, and thank you for sharing the show. Thank you for sharing Paul's show. If you would please continue to do that. And then on Paul's channel, please hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that.
Nicola Durden, hello, good to see you. And understand, folks, this isn't our show. This is Paul's Spirit Quest, and we're going by his terms,
Well,
methods. I don't know.
well, no, we only know our own actually, and we'll do the best we can
Yeah,
because
because
Paul
according to
should.
Lynn Fern, I can't speak Irish, so
Right. Thanks, Tina, for liking and sharing the show. Thank you.
yes. Please, everybody, hit that like button, okay? For Paul, hit the like button. Not for us, hit it for Paul. Let him know that you care about him and you care about his wife, Johanna, and you care about his show. All right? And please, please, please share the show. I have a couple things that I want to show you, but I'm going to wait for more people to come in because it's still early yet. But I got some stuff that you're going to go, wow.
Sue says, "Hi, Roger. When my friend Becky King said hi, you thought up something about the name. Please, can I ask if you are getting anything for
Well,
her?"
it would have helped if she would have put a picture in there, but I just got the name, and please tell her to come back. Don't leave,
Hmm.
It helps me pick up her vibes.
Right.
Now, understand, folks, this is the show that Paul doesn't do readings, but he brings paranormal stuff out. But like I told my wife, I said, we're not into the paranormal. I don't know if I want to be.
Well, you can't help but being in the paranormal, but
Right.
we do not go to places and do investigations. That's what we don't do. Um, we're too old.
Hello.
We're too
Richard
old.
Dearden says, I can't speak Irish, but I can take a drink of their whiskey.
Absolutely.
Amen, buddy. I like that.
I like that too. I had a shot. It's Jameson whiskey. I think it is. I had a shot of that. That was wonderful. So,
I'm going to go to Becky King real quick, honey.
right.
Becky King, I'm getting somebody by the name of Tom, and there was something regarding his back. I don't know if he got hit in the back, if he broke his back, or he was in an accident that cut his back. And this is almost the same as the other one. The other time I had was humped over.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me. Emma says, I like your earrings, Faye.
Well, thank you. I like them too.
I was going to wear my nose one, but
Yes.
how do we put a picture in? Julia Evans says, Jules. Go to your profile and put it in there, and it'll come out. Trust me, it works.
You have to go to the YouTube channel on your YouTube channel, and
See,
there are settings on the upper right-hand corner. Um, you can start the process. I'm not in there, so I can't explain it to you right now, but there is a little bit of a process to it.
all right, now I'm going to pick a bone with Anne Marie Reyes.
Oh
It's
no,
not nice to speak of something that you do not know. You're talking to the wizard. You know that.
it is not nice to speak of something that you do not know.
I know everything.
Uh-huh.
Okay, please write that down, Becky. Then this is where I'm going to take that. Exactly what you're saying. Becky says, I don't know it, Tom, but I've recently had spinal fusion surgery. Then, this guy Tom that I'm talking about, it could be in spirit, knows about your back surgery. That's why I got that. I got the back. And I said either a cut or he got hurt or something, but I got the surgery. Or not the surgery, I got the back. Okay. Case Geen says, I heard something say in a loud whisper, Mom, early this morning. Was I imagining things? No, dear. Anytime you hear something like that, don't be afraid. Answer back. Mom, is that you? I'm going to leave a paper and a pencil here. Can you please write something for me? Only that you two would know.
Okay, so Trudy says that the vet doesn't know what's wrong, so it's testing the blood. Okay. Okay.
Trudy, is this Is this horse right now walking with the limp? And it's not got to do with the leg. I'm on the side of the body. But it makes it walk funny.
So
You want to
here's
read that real quick, babe?
Lynn's.
Yeah.
So Lynn's saying, hi friends, please go to the Paul Francis Medium channel on YouTube. Subscribe free of charge, then hit the bell icon. You can then watch the show every week. There you go.
Okay. First off, I want to say hello to Dawn. Hadem. Good to see you. She says hello, Julia, but not hello to me. What is that?
So Lynn says, oh, do you see what Lynn says? No, you don't know how to do accents properly, so you don't know how to do everything. There you go.
That is debatable, dear.
So Trudy says he doesn't want to walk at all.
But yes, she said, yes, I was talking about, yep. Okay. He doesn't want to walk at all because there's something regarding his side. And I'm going to go to the left side of the body. It doesn't have to do with his legs. It has to do with the body. I think it's like, I'm seeing black inside the stomach area, okay? Like in the intestine area. I don't know if somebody gave him something bad or if it's a he, I'm assuming. I don't know why I'm saying he. But if the horse had eaten something wrong, something raw, or something that was contaminated, something. But it's going to be down. It's like a 24-hour bug. If you could feed it good hay and good oats, and make it drink water so it passes that. Okay? No,
Well,
dear, don't leave.
I'm glad that the vet is on it and that the horse
Well,
is
he'll
getting
see I'm right.
blood work. Yes, it'll be interesting to see if you were right. So
Yeah,
he
I
will.
needed my vet coat about and my
Yeah, yes.
stethoscope, but
Trudy Hall says, okay, that's interesting. Thank you. Okay. All
but
right.
that's what
So,
I'm getting. I'm inside the stomach area, you know. There's black in there. I can see it. Black and green, meaning
so
infection.
can I read to you what Becky King says?
Yes.
Think I've added a photo, and yes, you have. I see that. I've felt for a long time that I can communicate with my animals. I'm new to all this, but I'd love to understand it more and develop my skills.
The one that could help you develop your skills, Beck, is not. I'm because I'm not new to it. I'm just I do differently than what Paul does. But Paul teaches, and you can subscribe to Paul with Paul www.paulfrancis111.com, and you can subscribe to him, and he teaches meditation. He teaches spirits, auras, everything. So get connected with Paul. And I'm not trying to bow out of anything. I'm just saying that's not my forte per se.
Now, here's what Nicola says.
Yes.
I keep on seeing shadows standing at the bottom of my bed and keep hearing voices.
Okay.
Do you have any response to that, honey, or no?
First off, let me say hi to Kathy Hanley real quick. But what I'm getting, Cole, I don't know why I get this. There's a man with an overcoat that comes to the foot of your bed. And to me, he had to drag a foot. So I don't know if you had someone in the family or a close person to the family that had passed, but before they passed, they had a stroke and they would wear an overcoat. So they had to drag the foot. That's what I'm picking up.
Hi, Doreen. Good to see you.
Hello,
Uh,
Doreen.
Trudy says, I wondered if he pulled something, the horse.
I don't get it as that. I'm in the stomach area. I don't know why I keep going to the stomach. If if it would be like a muscle, I would see the muscle, but I'm in the intestine area that's black and green.
Hmm.
Now, if the doctor comes when the vet says if he says he's got an infection, that's what I see. Julie Sharp says, Roger, what's with these electrical shocks? I've always given out, but trust me, dear, you're talking to a guy that did the same thing.
Socks, not nice, sometimes really painful. Never been able to wear a watch. They work for about 30 minutes, then stop and never work. Wow.
You really have it. I mean, I shook a girl's hand when I first met her, and she had so much energy. There was three other people in the room, and when we shook hands, it was so electrifying that the three people were shocked. I mean, like electrical shock. And finally, I had to put my hand and pull it out, to break it. Oh, we got another knucklehead here, Crystal Tarot. I mean, really, get a life and get your own show.
Hmm.
But yes, I know exactly what you're talking about, Julie. I had to break it when I looked around. Everybody's hair was like, you know how the electricity comes through, and they were sitting there like they got thrown over across the room. And I looked at them. I said, "What happened to you guys?" They said, "We got electrocuted. You guys are too much." But yes, it does happen. Trust me, it does happen. And that's one I'll dispute up and down if anybody says no. Exactly, Richard. That's now Richard Dearden says this is according to um, whose horse was that? Trudy's horse, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Richard says I'm getting because Richard's a reader too. I'm getting like he ate something like poison, and I said something bad, something that was either moldy or something. I don't know what, but that's what I got out of it. Okay. Jules says she's very staticky too. It's when you like you walk across a carpet and then you grab the doorknob. Yow! That happens to me a lot.
Okay. So Trudy, I don't know what those are, but good thing that the vet is is checking
Also
for
for Cushing's,
also for
we're
Cushing's.
not horse people. My wife was a horse rider for I don't know how many years, but
When I was
me,
quite young, quite young,
the only horse that I rode was the one in front of the grocery store. When you put the quarter in,
and not very well, I guess.
oh, and then the other one at Coma Park that goes around in a circle.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
Anne Marie Reyes says, I had a dream last night that my cat that passed 2 weeks ago, he was at peace, happy, and came to say thank you. I woke up happy, crying. Good. You always get visitations from the other side. Trust me. And people say, "Nah, that's crazy. That's a bunch of bull." No, it's not.
did you see what Jojo says?
I'm just reading it now. You want to
Roger
read
and
it out loud?
Sure, Jojo says, Roger and Faye, I see a lady who is always by my bed. She is smiling and trying to talk to me. Can you please let me know who she is?
I'm picking up the name. It's either Annie or Anna, and to me, she's a short lady. And I don't know if she didn't have any teeth, but she does this. But I'm picking her up for some odd reason. Hello, Denise. Good afternoon. I shouldn't be on still at work, but had to. Well, we're so glad, and don't get caught. Oh, look at Jules. I've always said I'm electrifying.
Oh,
Oh boy, Linford. If I would have said something like that, I know you would have said something. Yes,
so
good grounding exercise will help the shock. Walk around barefooted in the grass and hug a tree. That helps.
mhm.
I
Emma
like what
said,
Richard said. It was like a plant or that he ate or weeds. Yes, but I'm going to say that there was something rotten about it.
hmm.
See, Emma's like me. The only horse that she rode too was at the grocery store. And I kept saying, why doesn't this horse go somewhere?
Don says she wears her organite. It keeps her grounded and protects her energy.
Now, see, that's the rocks and all that stuff. I just
Crystal,
tell everybody, I'm just a psychic medium, period. I don't know anything about technical stuff, nothing, unless it's musical.
right. So yes, I mean, Roger has been doing this for 19 years, and he is fascinated. He takes it all in. He respects everything about
Yep.
it. That there are crystals that are helpful, and there are chakras and things like that. But he just does what he does. Has been doing what he does like this.
Arl
And
Taylor. I'm gonna go to Arl Taylor first, honey.
okay.
Can you tell me what my abilities are and what I'm supposed to do with them? First off, embrace your gift if you have a gift. Okay? Have people, your friends, come over and say, "Here, take this magazine and go through it and stare at a picture and let me try to guess what you're staring at." But not guessing. You got to close your eyes and meditate and really, really, really think of what page she has open. It'll help you.
Well, there's a lot of facets to being a psychic
Right.
medium.
You have to help people that need help. Don't ignore them. Don't laugh at them, above all. Like if somebody comes to you crying and it's a friend and she needs you, like she needs to lean on you, don't say, "Oh, you're such a baby. Get out of here." No, don't do that. Remember this, people have feelings the same as you.
So
Marie
do you,
Taylor, anything for me tonight? Yes, what are we having for supper?
so yeah, I'm sure, Marie, if anything does come through, you will be the first to know.
There,
Absolutely.
read Mary Erickson, honey. Mary Erickson, that's exactly what I'm referring to. Go ahead.
Mary says, having had horses in the past, the spring grass is often too rich and can cause a horse to founder. A sign is now to wanting to move uh, or walk. The vet will usually flush out the intestines. Wow, you know a lot.
There you are.
Okay,
And
so
thank you for that.
yes, thank you for your insight, Mary. Thank you. Julie says, I've tried all that, Roger. Nothing seems to stop them.
What are we referring to?
Not
Keep
sure.
update me because I got a lot of people on right now. First up, I want to say hi to Nancy Moreno and hi to Kelly Duran.
Kelly says, I wake up every morning with the same song stuck in my head. Why why
Because
is it?
somebody's trying to make you listen. Like, remember when we used to listen to this? Remember that? Da, 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 da. Somebody's trying to take you back in time with them according to the song.
Wow. Hmm.
Facebook user, hello, Roger and Faye, listening to you at work.
Okay.
Can you please come over to YouTube? Because we can't see your face. We don't know who you are. We want to welcome you.
Electric shocks, Roger.
Okay. You have to ground yourself above all, Jules, really.
So Jojo says, Anne Marie is my sister. She had Down syndrome and she always grinds her teeth. I called her Annabella.
She's the one at the foot of the bed then. Okay. Because I got the name Annie or Anna, remember?
Okay, okay. That's 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 cool.
Just
So
tell
we
her in a nice way, "Honey, I'm sleeping right now. Can we talk tomorrow?" Like that, you know? Above all, I want to say this, folks. Please respect the other side. Do not be rude because we've seen these paranormal shows where people will try to antagonize the spirit. Don't do that. That's the worst thing you can do. It's like
Mhm.
somebody goes to your house and you got like 20 people and they want to wake you up at night. How are you going to react when somebody wakes you up out of a dead sleep? I know how I would. I said, "Don't poke the bear."
Can I read what Sue says?
You betcha.
Sue says, when my daughter passed at the age of 2, I started to get painful electric shock in my head. It was scary, but the one day the electric shock came and I heard my daughter say, Mommy, the shocks ended. Wow.
It's her way of getting attention to. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Listen to your body and listen to your inner spirit. They'll talk to you always.
So what I've been doing lately is I have a notebook by my bedside, and I do some journaling, and plus I also write down any snippets of dreams that I can remember, because I can't remember my dreams, and I'm hopeful that my doing this practice will help me be better at that.
Oh,
Here's what Lynn says. Could you all go to YouTube in the search bar, type Paul Francis Medium, then subscribe and hit the bell icon. Then you can watch the shows of Paul every week.
right.
Absolutely.
And before I go on, folks, please hit the like button for Paul. Not for us, because we're doing Paul's show. Hit the like button and please share the show. Because I'm going to show you some stuff that's going to baffle you. Now, I know we have our listeners that are listening in New Orleans. I ask that after the show, if you go back and rewatch the show, okay? Spirit Quest with Paul Francis. And my name is Roger Garza Sr., my wife Faye, and we're taking over today for covering for Paul. But I'm going to put some stuff on here that you definitely have to see.
Here's our friend Lori Johnson. Hello, Lori. I've had so many loved ones that have passed recently, and a dear friend of mine again just a couple of days ago.
Lori, I'm getting the name, I don't know why, but I'm getting Terry. It's either Terri, short, of course, for Teresa, or a double name, Terry Ann, Terry something. But I get Terry.
Do you see what Nicola says? Oh my, OMG, my dad died and he had a stroke. Okay.
Was he the one that was walking with the dragging the foot?
Okay.
Thank you, Marie Taylor. Thank you for sharing the show. Thank you, Anne Marie Reyes. Thank you for sharing.
And okay, so Lori says I have a niece by that name, Terry.
Is Terry still with us?
And so Becky King contributes something about Cushing's disease in horses. Cushing's disease and equine metabolic disorder is very much associated with the gut and digestive system. Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. So we don't know. I mean, Roger knows nothing about horses,
I don't
really.
know. I like to
But
look at horses. That's all, and watch them race. But I don't know nothing
absolutely.
about them.
But so what he sees is what he sees, you know.
Right.
He doesn't have, he's not a medical doctor, but he just sees what he sees. Yes, she is. Yes, she is, Lori says.
What did I ask her? I forget.
If she had passed or if she's with us. I'm not really sure what the answer to that is.
Can
Wow.
you help me, Lori? Honestly,
Lori,
God, I get
has
so
she
cluttered
passed
in my
or
mind for so many
is
people,
she
man.
still with you, with us?
Okay, the reason I say this is because somebody who had passed, you said you had a lot of people pass, either they were related to Terry or they're good friends of Terry and they want to say hello.
She says still with
Still
us.
with us.
Okay.
Okay. So if somebody that passed, like you said, a lot of people passed, and she knew somebody that was like a best friend or something, or a cousin or something, that person comes back to say hello to Terry. And don't take offense to it. You're like, why didn't she say hi to me? No, or he.
Richard asks, Richard asks, how soon can you pick up a person that has passed?
Just like that. I've done it. Do
It's
you
up to
remember?
them though, isn't it? It's up to the spirit, isn't it? It's not up to
Well, here's what it is. I'll give you a couple examples. If you remember Vanessa, when I told Vanessa, don't worry about your sister, she's in another dimension.
hmm
Because I saw her just sitting there with her eyes closed like she was meditating. Well, Vanessa wrote back to us an hour later that her sister had passed. And I didn't know this. I said
Right.
another dimension. Boom. Another one. I think I told you guys about this one. I did a reading for a lady and I said, I'm getting the name of so and so. Who's so and so? She said, oh, that's my friend's daughter. And I said, you need to call your friend. I said, just, oh no, I'll call her later. I said, no, I'm picking it up right now. Call her. No, can I call her after the reading? I said, okay, fine. Well, on the way home, they called her in her car, and she called me back to tell me that at that point that I said the girl's name, she had passed in a
Lori
car
said,
accident.
yeah. Lori says lost an uncle and brother.
I heard Clyde. Who's Clyde?
This is for
Clyde or
Lori?
Cleve, something. It's a CL name. And I want to go with Clyde first.
This is still for Lori.
Right. Lori Johnson. My
Okay.
good old friend Lori Johnson. And by the way, where's your sister at? She doesn't come on anymore. Remember Kathleen? And by the way, what happened to your brother too? Where are these people?
Well, is this the same Lori Johnson that we know? Or is
Yes, in Oregon.
okay. Jojo.
Okay, Jojo's cousin is Clyde, but I'm dealing with Lori right now, okay? So please hang on.
She says we've all been busy, so busy with these passings.
That's understandable, trust me.
Also doesn't know any Clyde.
Please write it down. It's either Clyde or Clive, Cleve. You know, it's CL boom.
Or Clement, or
It could be, but I get CL. I know that. I get the cl.
okay.
Now, real quick, like, let me show you something, folks. I want everybody's attention, okay?
You got it.
I gotta get this queued up. I want you to see this. This was given to me or passed over to me, and this is a lady reader, okay? She reads the cards. Watch real quick what happens. She's talking about what she sees, blah, 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 and everything like that. There, now you can see it, no. But watch when she starts to shuffle. Here it goes. Right. Okay. Did you see it?
Saw it. There was a light that passed around her. It's for those people who are
I'll do
listening.
it again.
Those people who are listening in who don't see it, who don't have the visual. He's showing a card reader, a tarot card reader,
Right.
and as she's shuffling, comes a white mass that kind of buzzes by her head and around the camera. It's an orb. Yep.
Yep.
I think they all saw it. Yes.
Well, I just want to do it one more time
One
so
more.
they can see it.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Here it comes.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
There it is.
There it came.
I saw that and I went, wow, that's cool.
All right. Lynn says, my best friend's brother has just been diagnosed with cancer today. His name is David Sutton.
Sorry to hear that, dear.
Yes.
But I wanted you guys to see that orb deal. That was so cool. And I bet you 10 to 1 she didn't know that it happened.
Right. Explain that. who can explain that except,
Well, here's one
yeah.
thing I told Paul. If you've ever seen the show, the movie 2001 Space Odyssey, they show orbs, or before the baby comes out of the womb and all that, as it's made or whatever. And you can see there's either, and I said this about orbs, they're either male or they're female.
Hmm.
And if you look at the Space Oddity show, is exactly what they remember when they put the camera. And I don't mean to be gross. They put the camera up the womb and they showed the baby
Hmm.
inside the womb. It's the same thing.
So, Lynn, we want to express our prayers. We will lift your uh, brother's best friend um,
Yes.
up
Everybody,
before you
please pray
in
for
prayer.
David Sutton.
Right, David
Okay,
Sutton,
put him
who
on your
died from
list.
cancer. Absolutely, prayers really matter. So,
Now, I showed this picture a long time ago, and I had to show it again since this is a paranormal show, and I'm not really into paranormal, but I wanted to show this and share this with other people who haven't seen this picture. This is a picture, if you could see, let me bring it down a little bit, get the glare off. This is a
kind of hard.
picture of, huh?
It's kind of hard. Maybe I'll get off the screen for a little bit. Nope,
No,
wrong.
you're all full screen now. There. This is a picture that I took in a town in Mexico. It's called Zacatecas, okay? And this that you're looking at right here is a fountain, a water fountain. Now, when the guy who was with us and I took the picture and everything, he says, "Have you seen the picture of the Lord?" And I went, "What?" He says, "Yes, the Lord's in this picture." And I looked at him like, "You're nuts." And he goes, "No, look." And I'm going to point him out right now, folks. If you could see, I'm going to take the pencil and go straight there. There's his mouth, his
Oh,
beard.
okay.
If you can see right there, that's the Lord.
Mhm.
Now, over on this side is a water. That's just a water, like a stream of water. But it's Mother Superior. And I'm going to show you one more that's really baffling. Now, if you look up, let's see, I'll go up here. This is the rear view mirror of the Suburban that we were riding in. Okay? Now, this is a lady with white pants and a red top. Now, watch this. Oops, wrong way. You can see I gotta get this right. You can see the lady is right over here, standing up. I know, I don't get mad at me. I'm not a camera guy or anything like that. I'm on the wrong side. What? Gee. Right here. The ladies, there's her white pants and there's her red blouse, okay? Right here. Now tell me how it is that she can be that way, but, oop, I got it upside down.
Mhm.
She's in the mirror laying down. How is that possible?
That's weird.
Another thing too, there was a lady, I think over here somewhere, that had her hair up in a big bun. All these pictures came out and we were analyzing the picture and everything, and there was so many people that were in this picture, but the main one, like I said, was the Lord right there.
Yeah.
And everybody says, "Do you know how valuable that picture is?" I said, "I'm not going to sell it with you." And they said, "Yeah, but that never happens." I said, "Well, it did to me."
Sue
And
says, "Oops, I'm sorry."
go ahead, honey, go ahead.
Sue says my mom has dementia. So I have cameras to make sure she is safe. When she leaves the lounge to go to bed, there is an orb behind her. And then she says, I have them on video for people to see. It's amazing. Yes.
Has Dad passed already, Sue? Because right when you said that, I got Dad.
Mm,
Go down one and what Richard says, honey. Richard,
okay.
you have our deepest sympathies, buddy, because I know what it's like. My dad's last living brother passed today. No more line of his family. They're all gone now. And I have two uncles, great uncles, that are left too. So I know exactly how you feel, buddy.
Hmm.
Ann Hoagland, hello, good to see you. Yes, it has been forever. So let's make it a little longer. No.
Thank you, Mary. Sending prayers and healings to David Sutton.
Do you see what Sue put when she said that her mom would go to bed and she would see an orb?
Yes.
And I
Hmm.
said, I got Dad.
Oh,
Yes, Dad has passed.
yes. So there you are, huh?
This is turning out to be a good show. I like this. I mean,
Well, we
I'm not, no, no, don't take it wrong, like bragging and all that. No, no.
no, I mean you know what makes it a good show is it's the
It's
people
the
that
interest in the people,
oops.
that people are interacting with us.
Yes, it's awesome.
No, Julie, I didn't lose my uncles yet. They're still around. But here's the thing: when I went to go see my uncle 3 hours away from here, and I got back, they told me my other uncle, my uncle's little brother, that's me, my oldest uncle is 90, and he's the one I went to go see. Then I went to go see my other uncle who's 88, and he's missing one leg. And when I got back here in town again, then I got a call and they told me that my uncle that's 88 years old has like incurable cancer, that they gave him almost so much time to live. And I said, why didn't they tell me that when I was down there? But nobody said nothing. And
They
I
don't
guess, like they said, they didn't want me to be
know.
sad. So
Wow. So Sue says in all the years they were married, they never went to bed separately, always climbed the stairs together. How sweet is that?
there
How
you go,
wonderful.
dear. So don't worry about mom. Yes, keep the cameras on her and all that, but know that dad is with her and he's tucking her in.
That's so wonderful.
So, like I tell everybody, they say, well, so and so died. I said, the love never stops.
Thank you, Lynn. People are communicating, which shows we are also listening to what you're saying and advising. That's very cool. Thank you, Lynn.
Anybody have any questions at all?
Well, we
Becky
have,
King,
yes.
read it, honey.
Roger, you said you were picking up a Tom telling you about my spine surgery. I know it's animals again, but my first pet was a cat called Tom. She was incredibly important to me.
By chance, Becky, did she ever climb on your back?
It's a Tom.
Yeah, or he. Did he ever climb on your back? Like you bend over to do something and boop, there's a cat.
Thank you, Jojo. We are all family here, and yes, Paul, Roger, Faye, and Johanna
Yep.
help make us feel the love we all have here. Thank you.
So don't ever think that nobody loves you.
Oh, Becky says, "Oh my, OMG." Yes, she did.
There you go. There's your answer. Because cats communicate. Believe it, my wife will tell you. I communicate with the animals all the time. I'm always talking to them, even the birds.
It's true. He talks to them all the time. He's made me really hyper look at them with a different viewpoint or a
Yep.
different eye. I mean, my own cat, who has changed in personality. from a year and a half ago when we first adopted her, right, honey?
That
She
cat would
came,
not come. It would go hide all the time.
and that was for a year and a half. This cat would
And now
hide,
she likes to sleep on Daddy's shoulder. She
and
climbs up this way.
she would hide upstairs where I kept her a nice place to sleep and where she could go potty and eat and everything because I think she didn't like the Chihuahua and the Chihuahua mix puppies that we have. So, but now lately, she doesn't care about whether the
Right.
dogs are there,
She's the
doesn't worry
boss.
about them, goes face to face, gives them a little whap once in a while just to show who's boss. This little cat is 8.5 pounds, wet, you know, and totally friendly. She's changed, and I think it's because of how Roger talks to her.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like, now here's another thing too. Our cat that we had prior was called Kenny.
yeah.
Okay, because it was named, I think, after your brother. Right?
Well, she came to me, I adopted her too, and they had misnamed this female cat Kenny. I don't know who did it, but I kept the name because my brother, who has passed, that's
So
what
then,
his,
as I got to know the cat Kenny, I would call it Baby Girl.
right.
Okay, so then when Kenny died, Faye found another cat that looked like Kenny, and she
I know,
brought it home. And I
right,
said, "What's this cat's name?" Then she told me, "Oh, by the way, the cat's name is Baby Girl."
right. So I happen to love Maine Coon cats, so because I like their personalities and I just kind of I identify with them. But this kitty that we have now, she's friendly now. She isn't afraid of anybody. I don't know. She's changed completely. I am so amazed.
In answer to my buddy Richard Dearden, the
Mhm.
trip was beautiful, buddy. When I went to go see my uncle, it was a long trip, and we were going through different towns and everything. But it was nice. It really was. It was very soothing. I needed to get away.
Thank you, Anne Marie. Okay, Lori says we miss our cat that died in the fire. Thor. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
I know. Oh, I know. So,
Anne Marie says, don't forget to like this segment show Paul, Johanna, Roger, and Faye. The love. That's cool.
so Anne Marie says, I was told once that an elderly lady follows me. I always wondered who she is.
I real quick. I heard the names. Now, bear with me, okay? I heard either Chuka or Kuka. That's what I
Chuka? Oh,
picked up.
wow, Anne Marie, that's for you, huh? That's for Anne Marie.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Anne
just
Marie,
got a notice from my friend down in Florida. Wants a reading.
okay. Well, we're gonna do that after the
Yeah, we'll
show.
do get into that later.
Okay. So, Marie says, when I see orbs all of the time, could it be spirit? Well, I would
Well,
say
that's how
yes.
they start.
I would say yes. I would say yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Oh my
Now,
goodness.
mind you, don't misinterpret like dust to an orb, okay?
Right, right.
Because if you could see good enough inside the orb, you'll see it's either a male or a female. And people think I'm nuts, and I say, yeah, well, everybody calls me nuts and everything else.
We have another hacker. I am trying
Oh
to
God.
delete her. It's Stephanie Welber. She's
You
gone.
need to find your own show. Everybody loves this show, and we're covering for our dear friends, so please don't mess this up, okay?
Okay, she's gone. Um,
And I
thank you.
wanted to thank our dear friend Lynn Fern. What she wrote is beautiful. I never stop learning from you and Paul. That is so sweet, dear. Thank you much.
I keep learning from them also. I mean, I've been married to Mr. Roger here for almost 5 years.
Are we in
5 years?
Mr. Rogers' neighborhood or
Mr.
what?
Roger. And I am I am in a constant let me say mode of learning,
A
and
learning phase.
I'm in a learning phase, absolutely. Phase in a learning phase, and I do love to watch what happens on our shows and in Paul's shows and all the other wonderful shows that we are now connected with on the UPRN radio network. Do you want to identify our who we are with today?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Spirit Quest with Paul Francis, our good friend and brother Paul Francis, who's away right now. He's has some businesses he has to take care of out of town. All right? But we are coming to you live. My name is Roger Garza Sr. and my wife, my beautiful wife, man, I'm so happy I married her. Anyway, my beautiful wife, Faye, and we are coming to you live on the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 and 107.7 FM in the beautiful town of New Orleans. And you New Orleans people, have a big event or something to bring us down there, okay? Because I would love to read for a lot of you folks. Understanding, I know there's a ton of readers down there, and I would love to meet a lot of them. And I know there's people that do what we call Santeria. And I also know that there's people that do voodoo. All of that does not scare me because I understand it. I've been around it. I don't do it. I don't practice it. I don't do nothing. I tell everybody, I stay in the light of the Lord. So that's what I do. And I get these, the Lord gave me this gift over 19 years ago, and I'm helping as many people as I can.
That's true. That's cool. So, JoJo says that
She's been married to Dr. Phil for
to Phil for 19 years in July, and he is still doing my head in, but I love him. JoJo also says she has Bengal cats, Tiger, Raven, Ruby. Wow, wow, wow. Beautiful cats.
I'm going to go to JoJo. JoJo, does Phil have a knee or something that is like bone to bone that locks? I'm going to say like a trick knee. He walks and all of a sudden, whoosh, it goes out of whack. Because I'm picking that up. Lynn Fern, get Lynn Fern, honey.
So Lynn is asking, how long have we all known each other? I have listened and learned, which shows an elephant never forgets. Well, good. I, on the other hand, have to take notes.
5 years.
Yeah, 5 years. 5 years we've been together, all of us. I mean, you have known both of us, Lynn, for almost as long as Roger and I have been married.
Yep.
Now, isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. Call me crazy. Okay, so Jojo says no, but my daughter Emma does.
Okay, because I'm getting a locked knee. Like it just, it hurts. Just instant pain when it goes out. But it also locks up. It's like when you stand up, you need somebody to help you. Ow, 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 ow. And you gotta like straighten up, and the knee is still bent position. And as a person sits up, I don't know if you can see my knuckle. As a person sits up, it's still bent like, and they gotta like pop like that.
That's made everybody quiet.
Well, that's what I see.
Yeah.
Lynn says she's known Paul a lot longer. Yes, but our relationship with Paul has been 5 years, and that's how we met you.
Yes.
So be thankful.
We are thankful. You be
No,
thankful.
I'm telling Lynn to be thankful.
Oh boy.
You're very
All the way.
fortunate to meet me.
I want to send out a great kudos to Miss Lynn Fern on how she has a wonderful garden, and you should see, folks, the beautiful roses that she has going in her garden now. I know you're not supposed to be like jealous, but I am kind of jealous about your wonderful roses. That takes a lot of patience and talent. Okay, so Facebook user, I don't know who you are. We don't know who you are. The Facebook user says had a crazy thought and now it could be coming true. So I don't
Facebook
know.
user, there's no picture of you. I don't know your name, nothing. So how can I say anything to you?
Yeah, so if you want to, please go over to YouTube and type in Paul Francis Medium, and look at the live shows, and we are airing
We're
for
doing
that
Spirit Quest.
in Spirit Quest. Yeah.
And Jojo Wall says, yes, Emma's knees also give way. There you
Mm-hmm.
go.
Mm-hmm. Okay, here we go. Ronnie Huff. Roger, is this shadow person still in my apartment that I saw a week ago? I've known you for 4 years now.
Wow, that's good, Ronnie.
Yes, Ronnie.
Have you
Wow.
saged your place yet? Remember, we talked about saging, we talked about sea salt in the corners of every room, and we've also talked about holy water, sprinkling holy water in every room.
Yes.
And don't forget to pray.
Wow. Here we go. We goes. So
Linford, I certainly am, Roger. Sir Roger. Sweetheart, you don't have to call me sir. That makes me feel old. There's our friend Decky.
hi,
Hello,
Decky.
Decky.
I'm having trouble here. So Kelly says we have a guest coming over tonight. Drew hasn't seen in years. Is it going to be a good outcome?
Let's put it this way. I see tears, and they're tears of joy.
That sounds good. So wow, JoJo's known Paul for around 12 years. Wow. So, oh God.
We're more than happy, and that we, became associated. And I'll tell you what, Paul to me now is like a brother, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and
Mm-hmm.
Joanna's like a sister-in-law to me. So
Yes. And Lynn as well. Great friend. Wonderful
now
friend.
Lynn's my honey. When I see her, I'm
Oh,
gonna give her a good hug.
sorry. Okay, Lynn, his honey. So Lynn says gardening is very therapeutic and satisfying to me. Seeing the end product of beautiful colors and scents makes me very happy. Yes, I get that.
She's the gardener, not me. I look and I go, "Do you need my help?" No. Okay, bye.
No, he does. Roger watched me plant some flowers the other day, and
Yep.
he he thought he needed to help me, and I don't want him to help me. I love doing that. I love planting flowers, and I love making things look pretty. It's been a long winter over here in Wisconsin, and I love seeing color in our yard. Absolutely.
Ronnie Huff, dear, you don't only do it once. Really, if you do it, the
Yeah,
regular is supposed to be once a month.
yeah. Yeah, and especially if you're very intuitive and clairvoyant, as I know you are, Ronnie, I would think that you would want to make sure that your surroundings are cleansed. Absolutely. Jojo, you are yes, the four of us should get together, and that is our dream. That is part of our dream.
Yep. I would, I should say this, that both me and my wife have talked about this, and I would love to do some shows with Paul in the UK.
Hmm. Do you see? Can I read what
Sure,
Anne
go
Marie
ahead.
says? She says, hello, I'm back. I have a great great grandmother whose name was May Shuk G Ikwi, but they called her Kuka.
Bingo.
Wow.
Bingo, bingo,
Wow.
bingo.
Wow.
And thank you for that. Really, I mean that.
Wow.
When you
So,
say names like that, people go, "What the hell are you talking about?"
earlier in the
And
show, Rogers got, this name by reading for a quick read for Anne Marie here. And I thought, wow, okay. So I just trust it when I hear him say stuff like that. I go, okay.
So
Thank
there
you,
it is.
Thank you, Anne Marie, for coming back with that.
Yes, thank you very much for verifying that.
So Mark says, I had a pretty hard life. Is the future looking brighter for me? I'm faithful and changed.
Stay with it, buddy. Stay in the light of the Lord. You're doing fine. I'm proud of you. Don't mess up. Don't go back to where. Look at it this way. You already know what back there is like.
Mhm.
Go forward. Just keep going forward. And remember this, bud. You are the train on your track. You're your own train. You're on your own track. Do not let anyone derail you. Stay on your track and go forward. Now I'm getting like Paul.
You're getting an
The
itchy nose.
spirits, they come
Yeah.
through and.
Thank you, Lynn. We've all become family, and it is great. Absolutely.
Okay, we have Joe Sampson. He says, "Hey, what?" Thought I'd throw that in there.
Okay, so, and also, don't look back. You are not going that way. That's right.
Yep, you're going that way. Forward, 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 forward. Lynn
Oh,
says, "We have all become family and it is great." Yes, ma'am, and I really love that.
and she adds, and when you both do your shows, I would love to be your host and come.
Are you kidding? You better be there.
Yeah.
I would say, Lynn, can you give me another water, please?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to catch up with some folks' what they've said. Richard says, when getting reads from psychic and mediums, we like to hear the confirmation from the sitter that gives spirits a thank you for the information to us.
Yes, sir. That's it exactly. And let me say this, folks. A good reader, and remember this, a good reader will tell you, you don't tell the reader. You sit down, all you need to say is, my name is so and so. If they ask for your birth date, that's fine. And I'm from so and so, and that's it. Cut it off. Let them begin to tell you. I have anybody starts. Well, I go tut, 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 tut. Stop. I will stop them immediately because I want to go on their road, and I tell them it's like the yellow brick road. I go on their road, which is their life, to see what comes out of it and who comes out, and I see the events, and that's how I do it.
So we have, Kathy says, Faye, my husband always would bother me when I'd be gardening. He wouldn't get that it was my sanctuary and my meditation time. Exactly.
Well, that was me. I was just trying to be nice, and she said, "No, I'm okay. Go." Choo.
Yes, absolutely. Please don't bother me out here. It is really my favorite place, one of my favorite places to be.
Mark, amen, brother. You just keep going. You're doing good. Don't mess up.
Oh boy, Anne Marie says her cat was half Maine Coon and Persian. He was a beautiful cat. I'm
Ooh.
sure. I'm sure it was a beautiful, beautiful cat. Yep. It's sad to see them go. What now?
I'm sorry. Look what Lynn put the next one down.
Okay, okay, okay. Oh boy, Ken. Lynn, I would curtsy and say, certainly, sir, not. Oh,
Oh,
funny.
Lord.
So, so, oh boy, Dawn says, I'm gate crashing any party if you pair are coming to Cornwall. Absolutely.
We
I love
watched
this last
Cornwall
Monday.
on TV, and I'll tell you what, I love that whole area. It's so beautiful.
Oh boy.
And I know Paul would say it, but I definitely, and I know my wife would want to go,
Oh yeah.
we would definitely go there if we need a sponsor,
Yeah, we'll just put
a
it out
big
there.
sponsor.
We would like to have that contribution somewhere.
Facebook user says, "Hi, I'm new to your site. Well, please go to YouTube, okay, where it says Spirit Quest, and log on that and get on the show with us because number one, I don't know who you are. There's no name. Secondly, there's no picture. So I can't say, hey, there's so and so, you know."
Actually, it wouldn't be Spirit Quest. You go to YouTube, Paul Francis Medium, and it
Okay.
will be on one of his live shows, and it would be Spirit Quest, the one that is happening right now. So if you could do that, that would be great because we could see your face probably, and we could see who you are, your name.
Did you see what Kelly Duran put?
Kelly is saying, when getting a reading, you sit back and shut up. Yes, you
We
do.
don't want to be that rude.
No, but she's right. So, yes, they will. Okay, Mary Erickson, yes, they will.
Joe Sampson. I'm going to go to Joe Sampson real quick.
Okay.
One up. Go one up. Joe Sampson, what is wrong with the inside of the throat? I'm going in the mouth and I'm going down the esophagus to the top of the stomach. There's something wrong there. Now we can go to Mary.
Okay. Where is Mary? Okay, here we go. So Mary says, yes, they will. And as you and Paul both do, they ask for confirmation. Is that what
Right.
you were asking for? Mhm.
Because, we don't want to put something out there and then they never answer back. It's like leaving us hanging on a plank.
Yeah. So Dawn says, I don't like asking for reads. My life has been too traumatic for the poor reader.
Well, now, who do we have to blame for that? No.
No, that's not very nice, my daughter.
Dawn, we have to meet. There's
Yeah.
no doubt in my mind.
Yes.
I want to meet Dawn. I want to meet Lynn. I want to meet Trudy.
Yes.
There's so many of you that I want to meet you all. It just, man, like a big group hug. That would be cool.
Decky is saying hello. Hello, dear.
All you, Decky, now you're showing me some flowers? I'm not a flower person. My wife is.
Well, so Joe says, not sure other than asthma.
That'll work for me because I'm going down to the respiratory all the way up.
And so she also, there's an addition, although just been burning weeds in the garden, so was a bit smoky.
But I get coughing in that. So
Well,
I know what I pick up at the time. There's our buddy Leroy.
Hi, Leroy.
Good to see you, bud. Where you been?
I'm glad you found us on Paul's show. That's awesome. And we're going to have to leave in a few minutes, but
Right.
it's wonderful to see you. Absolutely.
Joe Sampson, I'm going back to you again. Please make sure you know where your wallet is and how much money's in there. All right? Keep an eye on your wallet.
Here's what Dawn says. Yes, Roger, we do, and Faye. We will have to learn remote viewing or fire those portals up. Yep. Yes.
Leroy, hello, my favorite people.
Yeah.
That is so cool, bud.
Yeah. Well, Sue, thank you. I appreciate that. Been such an amazing show. Well, we thank you for that. Absolutely.
Remember this, everybody. When you come on to either Paul's show or myself with our show, then please, please, please put your full name there and then put a picture of yourself. Not flowers, Decky, or a horse, or your kids. Just one picture of you.
Kind of
I
have
like
it
to see the eyes.
kind of have it on reserve so you can just pop it in there for us if you would. That would be awesome.
Yep.
Emma's asking if you do see anything for her.
Dear, I don't know, Emma, if you are married or not, but there's two guys that are very fond of you. Sue Vinicom, thank you for that. Been such an amazing show. Thank you. No, thank you, dear. And remember, don't worry so much about mom. She's being taken care of now.
That's awesome. And Becky says, it's been a brilliant show. Thank you all. My dog has been staring at the ceiling, which he's never done before. I know those pets will see things
Dogs
that
can
you
sense
don't.
spirit. Trust me.
Hmm.
And so
Yep.
can cats.
And my cat was looking at the corner of the living room yesterday, dear.
Now, before we go, ladies and gentlemen, there's still some time left. Our dear friend Lori Potvin, okay? Her and Dave Hansel are coming on tonight around 6-ish, which is like 10 after 6, something like that.
Central Time.
And
Hmm.
they're going to do the show called The Thing at the Foot of the Bed.
On this, and they're on the same network. Absolutely
Right,
on the.
so don't change that down.
Mm-mm.
Stay here. Also, at 8 o'clock, our dear
Central
friend
Time.
Michelle and Amelia Paisano, they're going to be doing The Outer Realm Part 2. And I don't know who the guest is tonight, but that guy they had on yesterday, Rob, what was his name? Rob something?
I'm not sure, but he was a Freemason.
Right. That was an interesting show.
Yeah. Every Laura Lee and Michelle always have fantastic guests on their show, but tonight it's I'm not sure if they have guests tonight on Laura Lee's show tonight, Laura Lee and Dave, but they always have fascinating conversations, and I.
Gracie Miller is asking about the picture that she's going to post. Can it be 50 years old? Haven't you changed in 50 years?
So thank you, Lynn, for that, and thank you so much for stepping in for Paul. I love you both. We love you too. We
Yeah.
take care of each other. Stay safe and well. See you Saturday for This Mug's for You. Night night. Okay. Well, yes, we also have a show. Roger and
Right.
I have a show on Saturday morning at 10:30
Central
Central Time.
Standard Time.
Yes. And that would be 11:30 Eastern Time. In the UK time, it would be somewhere around 4:30 in the afternoon. I never can figure that out. But please check us out if you haven't already. We would love to see you there. We have a lot of fun on Saturday mornings. We end up having kind of crazy topics sometimes. It's supposed to be a light show, and the idea is us having a chat around the breakfast table with a mug of coffee, tea, or cocoa, and maybe a donut or a scone or something like that. We don't
No,
know.
honey. Emma says, I was married and divorced and have a boyfriend now, so you don't know who this other person would be, do you? Emma, you ought to know. But I
Yeah.
get a buzz haircut, like a crew cut or a flat top. So, moving on. Ronnie says, much love to you and to you, dear. Thank you for being with us for 4 years. That's cool. Julie Evans says, Jules, thank you. Had to go for a while, so missed some. You don't know what you missed.
Oh, here we go. We got yeah, no problem, Laura.
Yay!
Yay.
There's our dear friend. She's
Yeah,
cool people, man. You guys got to get to know her. She's cool.
very cool.
Yes,
And
Kelly says silly Saturday. That's the other. Our show is called This Mug's for You, meaning a coffee mug. But our dear friend Nell DeVeers calls it Silly Saturday.
so Laura Lee has a show on Mondays, and it's called The Angel Rock, and it's
Yep.
also here on UPRN, and it starts at 6 o'clock Eastern Time, and she has guests on that show. Thank you, Laura Lee, for pointing that out to us. Laura Lee is a fantastic psychic medium. She's also a registered nurse and an empath. Um, when she does have a read, it is incredible. So um, please
She's just
check
cool
her.
people, man.
And
Really, she
it's
really
just
is.
cool. The stuff that they talk about are so fascinating.
Her spirit is so mellow.
Yep. Thank you, Mark. Thank you for much love to you too. Now we're kind of running to the end of the
See,
show, but
Anyway, Leroy Slinginger says, chocolate milk, buddy, you hit my boom. That's right there. For me, instead
So,
of having a beer, chocolate milk.
yes, yeah. We always have to have chocolate milk at our house. So Laura Lee is helping me out here. So tonight, she and David are on the thing at the foot of the bed. It is just Dave and herself. They answer questions, chat about all of the topics people ask about. So that would be on at 7 o'clock Eastern time, 6 o'clock Central time, and a little later in UK time. That would be 6 hours that'd be midnight kind of, I think, in the UK. But you can
Oh, I
always,
like that topic. For
okay.
Monday show, Lorley's asking, like what? Where to go? What? Who? Like what happens when we die? What are ghosts? Tonight we are discussing dreams, nightmares, repetitive dreams. That's cool.
Okay. I need to check that out. Thank you.
Trudy Hall says, thanks for passing along what you saw for Bean.
So
And Mary
I
Erickson says, great show as always. Love all. And Emma says, stay safe. Good night, all. Dawn says, lots of love. Thank you, Roger and Faye. Great show. Thank you. Thank you all, really. And Lynn says, night, night. It's time for bed. Please keep Johanna in your prayers, everybody. And we look forward to seeing Paul. Let's keep Paul safe and pray for Paul to come back. Also, do not forget to pray for David Sutton. He is Mark Fern's friend. Okay? So let's pray for David Sutton. In the meantime, God willing, we'll see you guys Saturday morning at 10:30 in the morning when we do our show called This Mug's for You and Silly Saturday. And then we'll see you again Monday on Paul's show called Reach Across Live. Take care of yourself. Oh, by the way, we got to say the call letters. We want to thank everybody for being with us live on the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 and 107.7 FM on your radio dial, and in the beautiful town of New Orleans. And New Orleans, when you get a chance to, give us a shout back, will you? Take care, and like we say every show, love everyone you can on this earth right now. Why, honey? Oh, and pray
because
for Holly Orpin. Don't forget to pray for Holly Orpin. I'm sorry about that.
right. Thank
Because
you, Kelly.
love is
It's
life,
life
and
and
life is
it's
love.
love.
Take care. God bless you all. And thank you for letting me come into your hearts and into your homes. See you Saturday.